What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. As the summer of 2025 really starts to heat up, so does the action in the world of professional wrestling. We're at such a pivotal time for both WWE and AEW. WWE is gearing up for SummerSlam, while AEW is on the road to All In at Wembley Stadium. The decisions made over the next few months are going to define the landscape for the rest of the year. And for some superstars, it's going to make or break their careers. It's a time of incredible opportunity, but also a time where it's very easy to get lost in the shuffle. So today, we're going to take a closer look at the current landscape. I've been thinking a lot about momentum, about who has it and who's desperately trying to get it back. It's like a stock market report for the wrestling world, whose stock is soaring to the moon and whose is taking a nosedive. It's fascinating to track how a performer's trajectory can change so quickly, sometimes in a matter of weeks. One big win, one killer promo, or one bad creative decision can change everything. That brings us to our list. We're going to break down 5 stars who are undeniably trending up right now, the ones you just can't take your eyes off of. And on the flip side, we'll look at 5 stars who are trending down. This isn't necessarily a knock on their talent, but more of an observation of their current booking and momentum. So grab a drink, get comfortable, and let's get into our countdown of the hottest and coldest stars in wrestling as we head into the summer of 2025. Kicking off our trending up list, and honestly, could it be anyone else? Will Ospreay, bruv. What a run this man has been on since officially signing with All Elite Wrestling. We all knew he was one of the best wrestlers on the planet from his time in New Japan. But the question was always, can he translate that to a weekly American television product? Well, the answer has been a resounding, deafening yes. Every single time he steps through those ropes, it feels like an event. He's not just having great matches, he's having match-of-the-year contenders on a seemingly monthly basis. His explosive, high-impact, and breathtaking style is just perfectly suited for the AEW audience. They hang on his every move, from the moment his incredible theme music hits to the final, decisive hidden blade. He has an undeniable connection with the crowd that feels so authentic. You can see it in his eyes, the passion he has for this. He's not just going through the motions, he's leaving a piece of himself in that ring every single night. It's that level of commitment that separates the good from the truly great, and Ospreay is operating on a level that few can even comprehend. He's been positioned as an absolute top-tier main event player from day one, and he has delivered in every conceivable way. Whether he's in a singles match, a tag team match, or a multi-man scramble, all eyes are on Will Ospreay. He has become appointment television. If you know Will Ospreay is on Dynamite or Collision, you make sure you're watching. He's not just a star, he's becoming a phenomenon in AEW, and his stock is soaring with no ceiling in sight as we head towards Wembley. Let's switch gears over to WWE for our next star, who is absolutely on fire, and her name is Tiffany Stratton. From the moment she was called up to the main roster, there was a sense that WWE had something special on their hands. It's one thing to be a big deal in NXT, but it's another thing entirely to transition that success to SmackDown or Raw. Tiffany has made that transition look absolutely seamless. She has the look, she has the charisma, and my goodness, she has the athleticism to back it up in the ring. What's so impressive about Tiffany is her confidence. She carries herself like she's already a multi-time champion. The Tiffy Time gimmick isn't just a catchphrase, it's a statement of intent. She believes she's the center of the universe, and she's so convincing that the audience is starting to believe it too. Her character work is miles ahead of where you'd expect someone with her level of experience to be. She understands the nuances of being a heel that people love to hate, but also secretly want to cheer for because she's just that good. Her in-ring work is what truly sets her apart. The prettiest moonsault ever isn't just a clever name, it's one of the most visually stunning finishers in all of WWE. She combines power, grace, and agility in a way that is captivating to watch. WWE clearly sees her as a future cornerstone of the women's division, and they are giving her the platform to shine. She's getting significant TV time, she's interacting with top stars, and she's winning matches. Tiffany Stratton isn't just a breakout star, she's a future main eventer, and her rise is one of the most exciting stories in WWE right now. Back to AEW, and we have to talk about the man at the top of the mountain, the AEW World Champion, Swerve Strickland. His journey to the championship was one of the best told stories in wrestling over the last year. It was a slow, organic burn that saw the audience get behind him more and more with each passing week. When he finally defeated Samoa Joe for the title at Dynasty, it felt like a legitimate coronation. It was the culmination of a long road and the beginning of a brand new era for the company, and what an era it's been so far. As champion, Swerve has carried himself with a new level of confidence and swagger. He feels like the guy. He's not just holding the championship, he's elevating it. His matches have a big fight feel, and his promos have been intense, personal, and captivating. He brings a unique blend of coolness and menace that no one else in wrestling has right now. The Who's House? Swerve's house. Chant isn't just a fun thing for the crowd to yell. It feels like a statement of fact when he's in the building. Swerve has proven that he can be the face of a company. He's delivering in the main event spot, both in the ring and on the microphone. He's a credible, compelling champion who feels like a legitimate top star in the industry. The partnership with Prince Nana has also been a stroke of genius, adding another layer to his presentation. As AEW heads towards its biggest shows of the summer, having Swerve Strickland as the world champion feels right. His stock has never been higher, and he's proving to everyone that it is indeed Swerve's house. You just can't keep a good man down, and you certainly can't stop the momentum of LA Knight. Yeah! For our fourth star, trending up, we're looking at one of the most popular superstars in all of WWE. It's been a fascinating journey to watch. Last year, his popularity exploded in a way that I don't think even WWE was prepared for. The crowd reactions were undeniable, and while it took a little while for the booking to catch up, it's safe to say that WWE is now fully on board the LA Knight train. What's so incredible about LA Knight is the connection he has with the audience. It's lightning in a bottle. Every time his music hits, the place erupts. Every time he grabs a microphone, thousands of people are saying his catchphrases right along with him. You can't manufacture that kind of organic popularity. He has that it factor that separates superstars from legends, and he's finally being given the opportunities to showcase it on the biggest stage. He's no longer just a fun act. He's a credible threat in the upper mid-card and knocking on the door of the main event. Recently, he's been involved in more prominent storylines and featured in championship pursuits. He's not just winning matches on SmackDown, he's in programs that matter. It feels like the company is building him up for something significant. Whether it's a United States or Intercontinental Championship reign or an eventual shot at the world title, the future looks incredibly bright. LA Knight's stock continues to climb because the people have demanded it, and WWE has wisely listened. Let me talk to you, his momentum is only going up. Yeah! For our final superstar who is trending up, we have to talk about the sheer force of nature that is Braun Breaker. His main roster debut wasn't just a call-up, it was an invasion. He arrived on the scene and immediately started causing chaos, destroying everything and everyone in his path. WWE has booked him to perfection so far. He's not talking a lot, he's just pure, unfiltered intensity and devastation. The vignettes, the backstage attacks, the dominant squash matches, it's all building him up as an unstoppable monster. There's a believability to Braun Breaker that is rare. When he spears someone, it looks like it could legitimately cut them in half. He has the Steiner lineage, and you can see that raw power and intensity, but he's carving out his own unique path. He feels different from everyone else on the roster. In an era of incredible athletes, he stands out as a true powerhouse, a throwback to a time of dominant, physically imposing superstars, but with the explosive athleticism of a modern performer. The slow burn of his introduction to the main roster has been brilliant. He's not being rushed into a title picture or a complex story. He's being established as a killer first. This is how you build a future main event player. You make the audience believe in his dominance before you even put him in a competitive match. Every week his presence grows and the aura around him gets stronger. Braun Breaker is on a collision course with the top of the WWE, and his stock is rising faster than almost anyone in the company. He's a future world champion, and it's not a matter of if, but when. Now we have to shift gears and look at the other side of the coin, the stars whose momentum has stalled. Kicking off our trending down list is AEW's Jack Perry, and this one is a bit complicated, isn't it? If you go back a year, Jack Perry was turning heel, he had the Crimea River theme, he was FTW champion, and he was involved in a major angle at All In. There was a clear direction and a story being told. But then, the incident at All In happened, followed by a lengthy suspension and absence from television. Since that time, it feels like all the momentum he had built has completely evaporated. He made a brief return in New Japan Pro Wrestling, rebranding himself as the Scapegoat, which was an interesting idea, and even joined the Elite. But his presence has been inconsistent at best. He's been more of a background player in the Elite story rather than a featured star in his own right. The initial heat from the all-in situation has cooled off, and what's left is a talented performer who feels lost in the shuffle. The biggest issue is the lack of a clear storyline or purpose for him on AEW television. He's part of a major faction, yet he often feels like the least important member. The fire and aggression he had during his heel turn seem to have been dampened. For a young wrestler who was once considered one of the four pillars of AEW, his current position is a significant step down. The potential is still there, but right now, Jack Perry's stock is undeniably trending downward. He's in desperate need of a meaningful feud to get him back on track. Over in WWE, our next superstar on the trending down list is the incredibly talented Ricochet. And honestly, this one is frustrating for a lot of fans, myself included, because we all see the immense talent. Ricochet is, without a doubt, one of the most gifted high flyers of his generation. The things he can do inside a wrestling ring are simply breathtaking. He can create a highlight reel moment out of thin air, and yet, for the majority of his main roster run, he's been stuck in a cycle of underwhelming booking. He'll get a brief push, maybe win a mid-card title like the Intercontinental or United States Championship, have a few great matches, and then, just as it seems like he's about to break through to the next level, he's pulled back down. He gets lost in the shuffle, relegated to short matches on Raw or main event, often on the losing end of feuds. There's a clear lack of consistent direction or a long-term plan for his character. He's the guy you call on when you need a spectacular match, but not the guy you build a story around. That stop-start booking kills any momentum a performer can build. It's hard for the audience to get fully invested in someone when they feel like the company isn't fully invested in them either. Despite his incredible abilities, Ricochet has been defined by a clear ceiling that he can't seem to break through. He's a phenomenal athlete and a valuable part of the roster, but in terms of momentum and trajectory, his stock has been stagnant at best and trending down when you consider what his potential truly is. Let's head back to AEW for our next entry, Andrade El Idolo. When Andrade made his return to AEW after his stint in WWE, there was a lot of excitement. This is a guy who has all the tools. He has the look of a superstar, he's fantastic in the ring, and he carries himself with a certain swagger. His initial return was promising, being placed in the Continental Classic tournament where he had some incredible matches. It felt like a fresh start and a sign that he would be a major player. However, since the Continental Classic concluded, his push has been incredibly inconsistent. He was inserted into a storyline with the House of Black, which felt like it had potential, but it ultimately fizzled out without a satisfying conclusion. Since then, he's been trading wins and losses without a clear feud or direction. He'll have a great match on Collision one week, and then be absent from television the next. This inconsistency makes it difficult for him to build any sustained momentum. Recently, he's suffered some high-profile losses that have cooled him off considerably. For a performer of his caliber, being positioned as just another guy on the roster feels like a misuse of talent. He arrived with the promise of being a main eventer, but his booking has placed him firmly in the mid-card with no clear path forward. He has all the potential in the world, but potential doesn't equal momentum. Right now, Andrade's stock is trending down due to a lack of creative direction and some key losses that have hurt his credibility. Our fourth star on the trending down list is WWE's Shotzi. Here's another case of a performer with a unique look, a ton of energy, and a clear connection with the audience who just can't seem to find a consistent spot on television. Shotzi stands out. The green hair, the tank, the punk rock attitude. It's a great presentation. When she gets an opportunity, she always makes the most of it with her high-energy, risk-taking style in the ring. The problem is those opportunities have been few and far between. Her booking has been a classic example of stop-start. She'll be featured in a storyline for a few weeks, maybe even get a title shot against a top champion, and she'll look great. But then the story ends, and she disappears from television for months at a time. There's no follow-up, no new feud, just a return to catering. This has happened multiple times throughout her main roster run. It's impossible to build momentum or get the wider audience invested when you're not consistently in front of them. Most recently, an unfortunate injury sidelined her just as she was starting to get some screen time again, which is just terrible luck. But even before that, there was no clear, long-term storyline in place for her. She's often used as a challenger of the month or to fill a spot in a multi-woman match rather than being the focus of her own story. Her unique character has so much potential for compelling feuds, but right now, she feels like an afterthought in a stacked women's division. causing her stock to trend down. For our final superstar on the trending down list, we have to talk about the powerhouse Wardlow. Think back to his storyline with MJF. The build was masterful. The crowd was desperate to see him break free, and when he finally did, the pop was one of the loudest in AEW history. He destroyed MJF at Double or Nothing, and it felt like AEW had just created its next homegrown main event megastar. He was a rocket ship, and his Powerbomb Symphony was the most over thing in the company. But what has happened since then? His momentum has diminished significantly. After the MJF feud, he had a run as TNT champion that felt lukewarm at best. He lost the title, won it back, and lost it again in a series of feuds that never captured the same magic. Then he joined the Undisputed Kingdom, a move that saw him turn heel and align with Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, and the Kingdom. Instead of making him feel more important, it has arguably made him feel less so. He's become the silent heavy for the group. He went from conducting the Powerbomb Symphony with ravenous crowds to being a background player in someone else's faction. His presence has been greatly reduced, and the mystique he had as an unstoppable monster has faded. He's still an incredible athlete with a great look, but the booking has cooled him off to a shocking degree. From being arguably the hottest act in the company to being a factions enforcer is a significant step down. The potential for a career resurgence is there, but right now, Wardlow's stock has been on a steady decline. And there you have it, my breakdown of 5 stars trending up and 5 stars trending down as we head into the massive summer season for both WWE and AEW. It's such a fascinating time in wrestling. Momentum is everything, and as you can see, it can be gained or lost in the blink of an eye. A great storyline can make a career, while a lack of direction can leave even the most talented performers spinning their wheels. The next few months are going to be so telling for everyone on this list, and I can't wait to see how it all plays out, but this is just my list, my perspective. The beauty of professional wrestling is that we all see it differently, so now I want to hear from you. Who do you think is the hottest star in wrestling right now? Who do you think is being underutilized and is trending down? Jump into the comments section below and let me know your picks. I read every single comment and I love seeing the different takes and having that conversation with you all. There are no right or wrong answers, just a shared passion for this incredible thing we all love. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this countdown, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on what's next. We have a lot more countdowns, analysis, and deep dives into the world of wrestling coming your way very soon. So until next time, take care, and I'll see you for the next video.